Hello, good afternoon. First, I would like to inform you that this channel has reached 500 subscribers, and that's really very surprising considering the fact that I opened the channel only 15 days ago. So I want to thank you all for subscribing to the channel, and of course, hopefully it will grow even faster in the next 15 days. At first, when I started with this channel, I was a bit worried because I didn't know how you would accept it. So you are used to my lessons where I explain everything in your native language, but now I stopped using your native language and I explained everything only in English. I was worried, I didn't know how you would accept it, but as I can see, you found these lessons very useful, and I hope that you will soon stop or just partially stop listening explanations in your language and start listening and learning English only listening to explanations in English. My son, he's 6 years old and he now speaks English fluently like a native speaker, even though I'm not a native speaker of English. So how did he manage to do that? Well, he surrounded himself or we surrounded him with English. So since he was born, he watched cartoons in English, we communicated in English, we played in English. So everything that he heard was English. So now, of course, his English is perfect and he can speak it even better than I do. But on the other hand, my husband, who has been learning English all his life, who has learned all grammar rules that there are in English, and who can explain to you now all English tenses and all the rules, but he cannot speak English. He's not fluent in English. He still makes a lot of mistakes when he speaks in English. So my son, he's 6. He doesn't even know what a verb tense is, but he can use all the verb tenses perfectly and correctly, but my husband cannot. So, of course, children can learn faster than adults and easier. That's normal. But there is something in this surrounding. So to surround yourself with English, you have to try to use English instead of your language. And I think that will help you just to break that barrier and to start speaking fluently. So of course, at the beginning you think, oh, I cannot do this. It's not realistic. Yes, of course, I can understand that at the beginning it can be really tricky and really tough, but you have just to be persistent and determined and that you believe that you can do it and you will do it. So you will stop using your language and you will start talking and thinking in English, because when you translate in your head, it's difficult. First of all, in real conversation, there is no time for thinking. And maybe if you think for too long, maybe the people who you are talking to won't have patience. Maybe they will just go away or they will become bored waiting for you to tell them something. So it's very important to be ready to answer the question when you have a question and not to wait to translate it from your native language into English. And I repeat, I know it's tough, it's difficult at the beginning, but practice makes perfect. Just important thing is don't practice things that you don't need. Don't practice grammar rules, for example. Just practice speaking. Use conversational sentences and learn them by heart instead of learning grammar rules by heart. And eventually you will start talking step by step, fluently, without thinking involved, without pauses, automatically, effortlessly. You just have to be persistent, as I said, and not to give up when it is hard. Okay, I hope that we will continue studying together and that this channel will grow even more in next 15 days and in the future, of course. Okay, now let's get started with sentence number 1. He decided to quit smoking. He decided to quit smoking. Did he decide to quit studying English? No. Did he decide to quit drinking? No. What did he decide? He decided to quit smoking. He knows that smoking is not a healthy habit and no one should smoke. It's not good for your health, and he decided to quit. He decided to quit smoking. I can't afford the time to travel. Do you want to go on a trip with me? No, I can't afford the time to travel. What does it mean? Uh, I thought you had money. No, it's not the money. Money it's not the problem. I have the money. I can afford to travel, but I can't afford the time to travel. So I need to be at work. I need to work. So I don't have time to travel. So it means I can't afford the time to travel. Okay, when you can't afford something, it means usually that you don't have enough money to buy that. So I can't afford that car. I can't afford that apartment. I can't afford those boots. I can't afford that jacket. It means I cannot buy these things because I don't have enough money. But here he says I can't afford the time to travel, so it just means that he doesn't have enough time to go on a trip. She took him to the store. She took him to the store. What does it mean? She took him. Well, it means that she went to the store with him together. She was going to the store and then she thought, ah, I don't want to go out by myself. Do you want to come with me? He said yes. So she took him with her. She took him to the store. Did she take him to the party? No, she didn't take him to the party. She took him to the store. They went to the store together to buy something. I don't quite believe what he says. I don't quite believe what he says. So maybe he's telling the truth, but maybe just partially because I don't quite believe what he says. Some things are true, some things that he says are true, but some things are not. So he might be lying. I'm not sure, but he might be lying. Quite, what do I want to say? I'm not quite sure that what he says is true. So you see what I'm trying to do here? You just have to see a sentence and then try to react to it and to make a story around it and try to talk about one sentence. I mean, to say 3 or 4 sentences around it. If you don't know what to say, you can just put the sentence. If it is in the present, you can put it in the past, or you can make a question or answer the question, etc. Or you can use your imagination and make up stories. For example, my father likes strong coffee. My father likes strong coffee. He always drinks black coffee, no sugar, no milk. And every time I go to my father's house, I make him coffee. And he always says, make me strong coffee. And I always make him strong coffee because I know that he likes strong coffee. Once he went to, I don't know, to a cafe and he ordered coffee and they brought him coffee with milk and sugar and there was just a little coffee in it. There was more milk and sugar and water in it and it wasn't strong at all. It was light. And he got angry. He said, no, I don't want to drink this coffee. I want my strong coffee. I will just pay. I won't drink it. Take your money. I'm going home to make myself strong coffee. And he left the cafe and he left that coffee on the table and he didn't even touch it. Now is the time for action. So sometimes you have to wait for appropriate time to move, to do something. And then it just clicks and you say, now it's the time for action. Let's move on. Let's do something. Let's get down to business. It's time for action. I've never seen that before. What's this? I have no idea. I have never seen that before. Is it fruit or vegetable? It looks like an apple, but it's not an apple. Maybe it's a potato or mango or I don't know. I've never seen that before. Where are you coming back? Bye, see you. Wait, when are you coming back? I'll come back at around midnight. No, that's too late. You're too young. You're only 17 years old. You can't stay outside for so long. I want you to be back at 10. Okay, I'm coming back at 10 then. I've been waiting for you. What time is it? It's 10:30. I've been waiting for you. But okay, I will forgive you. Half an hour. You are late for half an hour, but this time I will forgive you. He asked his friends for help because he needed to move his office to another building. And he had his desk there, his laptop, his chair, uh, some of the cabinets, cupboards, shelves, books, a lot of things. And he couldn't move all these things by himself. So what did he do? He asked his friends for help. Some of them refused, some of them said they didn't have time, but some of them said, okay, we would gladly help you. Do you want to come along? I'm going on a trip tomorrow, or we are having a picnic tomorrow. Do you want to come along? Do you want to come with us? Yeah, why not? It's Saturday tomorrow. I'm not working tomorrow. And they said that it would be a great day, warm and sunny, so why not? I accept your offer. He disappointed me. I didn't expect him to do that. And then I heard what he did and he disappointed me. I don't want to talk to him anymore. He disappointed me. I cannot disappoint them. So they invited me to the party, and even though I'm feeling a little under the weather, I cannot disappoint them. I have to show up. I will go. I cannot disappoint them. She disappointed him, but she didn't do that on purpose. It was an accident. She didn't plan to do that. She didn't do that purposely. He achieved his goal. So he wanted to, I don't know, pass the exam. So he passed the exam and he achieved his goal. He wanted to buy a new apartment. He saved some money. He bought a new apartment. So he achieved his goal. Am I making myself clear? So do you understand what I'm saying? Is it clear? I'm trying to say something. Am I making myself clear? Let me introduce myself. My name is Bond, James Bond. Let me introduce myself. I want to tell you my name, so let me do that. I wish I could speak English, but I can't. I wish I could. I wish I could buy that, but I can't because I cannot afford it. I can't buy it because I don't have enough money. If I had enough money, I would buy it and I would be very happy. And I wish I could do that. I wish I could buy that, but I can't. If it is not too much trouble. So, can I bring you anything? Yeah, of course, if it is not too much trouble. Can I help you with that? Of course, thank you, if it is not too much trouble. Okay, that's it for today. See you next time. Bye.